All right, so this whole idea about taking Greenland or buying Greenland, it's a little bit controversial. People seem to be pushing back on it and questioning the president's motivations and things, but you say he might be onto something, at least when it comes to the rare earths and the minerals that Greenland has.
I think Greenland is bringing up the essential investment theme and national security risk that is critical minerals. And so probably the most important thing for people to think about in looking at this key theme and why Greenland's kind of an important topic is that we have the U.S., which has a critical minerals list, and it's over 50% of the periodic table. And by the way, our allies all have this as well. Canada, Australia, EU have the same thing in these critical minerals lists. And what are the critical minerals critical for? Number one, energy transition. Number two, space and defense. And number three, chips, so AI. And there is very strong Chinese concentration and dominance around the supply chain for these, which is a risk. And there was, in the prior administration, a sense that we could recycle our way into supply of things like copper, nickel, chromium, zinc, critical for wind, solar, batteries, et cetera. And what Trump is acknowledging is a reality of critical minerals, which is, number one, we can't recycle our way into the amount of supply needed. Number two, there is very strong Chinese domination of the supply chain, and that is a risk. And number three, we can't onshore all of this. And so the key theme is ally shoring, and that's what Greenland and Denmark are a part of. Australia, Canada are parts of that, and parts of South America, and also Africa.
So are you saying we absolutely can't do all this in the U.S., or we're just not? Because you also believe there's underinvestment in just the supply chain to recycle these minerals and also even get them from our allies.
Yeah, I think the model that we're working with right now at the with the U.S. government, and this is a public-private conversation that's very active, and it involves government agencies like Secretary of State, as well as the State Department, as well as Export-Import Bank and DFC, is how do we invest and support the upstream and the mining and extraction of these critical resources, and then where are they processed and refined? And that's what the Chinese domination of supply chain is most critical in. So if you look at copper, for example, worldwide, 40% of copper is mined wherever and shipped to China to be refined. Nickel and lithium, same thing. 65% of those are mined wherever in the world and shipped to China to be processed and refined. So it's the processing and refining which is the most critical part of the supply chain. So if you look at what the U.S. is doing, for example, EXIM, the Export-Import Bank, might be financing production of graphite in Mozambique and shipping it to Louisiana to be processed and refined. So those are the kinds of new supply chain linkages that we're seeing.
Rare earths, not really part of the lexicon. It kind of just been introduced in recent days with Greenland, even though we do talk about it sometimes. Is there one in particular that China is very interested when it comes to Greenland, or interested globally, and the U.S. is interested in Greenland? Is there something there? Do we know everything that's there? Is there one thing?
I think rare earths are interesting because probably for 20 years there have been Wall Street Journal articles and probably CNBC pieces from time to time about 98% of rare earths are produced and refined in China. It's too much concentration of supply chain. But in the last month, you see that this has already become more trade war-like-esque. So, you have antimony, gallium, and germanium, which you probably haven't thought of since high school chemistry, which were restricted. And so what happened? Well, antimony prices went up 200%.
And what are they used for, just very quickly?
Space and defense and chips. And they're in every laptop. So, but the chips and the AI component is the most important point. And I think the real thing is you are going to see commodity price escalation, and that will lead to more inflation.